This thing on. Good morning to you. I know you're probably thinking, it's been, almost a month, maybe 3 weeks since you've seen my ugly mug. I got a cold not too long ago, and when I got a cold, dude, I'm grumpy. I don't feel like doing shit, dude. I feel rough, so I don't like seeing a reflection of myself on nothing. And when I stream and put it up in the corner, every time I look up in the top right to go see my money, like I have to maneuver myself out of the way. So I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna take a break from that for a little while. That, and I was playing Terraria too, so Terraria, there's no reason to see a reaction cam out of me on a fucking 2D game, so. But, I remembered I need to revitalize this show, and I thought what better way to do it than to actually go over all the shit that I want to do with the channel. So, I think I'm about to do that. I'm about to go through it live and take notes on my own shit, figure out what I want to do. I've been working on a lot of this stuff for a while, and I'm trying to set it up like a real channel. I'm also trying to set it up like a business. You know what I'm saying? Shit's got like a mission statement and a point and a goal and what I want to do and what I want to reach and achieve. It isn't, of monetary value. I'm not trying to get rich, but I would like to spread a little goodness to the world if I fucking can. Trying to restructure my channel into segments too, so I can have sections that are, kid friendly for parents and whatnot, and then still sections for grown folks and anybody with a decent sense of humor, just likes kicking it with their friends and doing cool shit, having a couple laughs. So let's see. First things first. Let's get some banners up on this thing while I start to work. So you can see what I'm talking about. One of the things I've got to do too is I'm fixing to change everything to be titled Ads Collective. And I've got not enough space is what I've got. What's the channel schedule right there. Yeah, this is my notebook for all of everything I have ever tried to set up and plan to do for and with the channel. I look at everything in front of me. I'm actually going to make and do and set up the changes now. PS4 not responding. That's because I'm not doing anything with it. Let's see here. Reopen that up. PS4 not found. Fuck out of here. Yeah, it is. It's right there. What you mean it's not found? It's right there. Didn't go nowhere. Let that shit dangle. So I'm going to do this. So, oh man, I wish fucking YouTube would let me just bump some fucking music while I do this too. That'd make it so much simpler. By the way, I wouldn't be sitting here humming to my damn self, wishing I had some fucking tunes. Had to think. Let's see, games. I don't actually have any games on my phone. The only things I have like on my phone, as far as like anything game related, it's only stuff that links up with the PlayStation. It's a part of one of the gimmicks that's going into the About Me section of my channel, and um, yeah, the About Me section of the channel, and like the profile or whatever is everything I do. Like, I never take footage off of my PlayStation and put it on to my laptop and edit there, and then everything I use, stream, collaborate, and the little videos and shit that I make, nothing ever leaves my PlayStation. Like, I don't take it and edit it somewhere else and then send it over. Like, everything is, so like there's a glitch or whatever, it was in the thing already. Like, I didn't do nothing or manipulate it or anything. I'm also trying to show what the system is capable of and how much shit that thing can actually pull off. Like, the PlayStation does a ton of stuff that a lot of people don't even know how to use, or just never knew were there, or some shit like that, man. And I'm trying to bring an original aspect to a lot of stuff, like the car shows and shit. The whole ads collective thing that I made, that was really just an attempt to let like my cool friends meet my other cool friends, and they'd all, I guess, have more people to play with, and actually build a decent community out of it. Build something that like people you want to be around, not fucking somebody that's giving you shit all the time or up your fucking ass and then worried about any kind of dumb shit, man. Just go fucking play and bullshit, hang out, fucking normal people, not fucking trolls and tryhards and fucking squeakers and Jesus Christ, man. I love the gaming community, but there's some nutty fucking people out there, dude. There's just something fucking wrong with some people, and you can't do nothing to fix them over the internet, dude. You ain't gonna give them no magical fucking advice. It's gonna change their life, So you just gotta pick your moment. But anyway, I also want to start working in more shit about you know, kids and games and shit like that, because a lot of parents don't know. There's like the ESRB doesn't rate games very well. As a matter of fact, it's fixing to get worse. From what I just heard, government's about to step in, and they're trying to. Who is it? Hawaii? Hawaii is now pushing laws to get the games banned, or what is it? Is it the games, or is it? Yeah, anything rated by the ESRB, they're trying to keep out of Hawaii because they don't trust the ESRB's rating system. So they're like shutting off all shipment to everything to Hawaii. Like, it's kind of nutty. Let's have some visuals. Oh, let's not have that loud as fuck. There's no power here. Come on, you. Let's see. Oh, that's not the kind of visual effects I want. I want objects. Alright, let's have my banners. Yeah, but I've got listed out my schedule. I'm going to list out all my shows and then figure out which days I'm going to do what, how many hours a day. I've allotted time. I finally worked it into where like between like 3 and somewhere around 5 to 6. That's all time for my kids in the afternoon when they get home from school and shit. So I'm with them in the morning and then in the afternoon to those frames. But then all that other, I've got gap space that I can put to use for shows. Some of it I'm going to need to section out for editing for myself, editing for car shows, things like that, things that are like off camera that I don't want to. I would love to be able to show people how I do them. I'd love to be able to um, like do the editing process while letting people watch, but then that spoils all the surprise and anything I may have worked to hide in the actual scene. It pulls it to light and it removes uh, the I guess the ambiance of the thing, or the effect of it, rather, because you didn't know that object was there before the first time you saw it, and you see it behind scenes, and you're like, it just looks, it makes it look a whole lot worse because of that one thing. But you take that one thing out, and it's a cool shot, So you don't want to spoil that for anybody. I try to. I've been. I do little tinkering ones things that I will spoil. So like other little side vids and stuff, just cool moments, or I thought they were cool moments, or like something weird that happened, or some kind of badass replay. Or sometimes I'm just playing with the camera, just experimenting with it, so that when it comes time to do the car shows, I don't feel like I'm learning when I'm doing the car shows, when I'm there and when I'm working on those, because I usually try to crunch them out in 2 days. But the last two car shows that I've put out, they both had complications with um, the editing, or the Rockstar editor. It would get about to a point to where it crosses into like 15 or 16 cars at a car show, and right there it starts to get super buggy. Anything past that point, or like where the people seem to be condensed into one area, or where there's a lot of cars of in good condition in one area, the lights, the graphic effects on the cars, the tattoos, the clothes, the like all of that shit between 17 individual characters is too much to process in one space. And what would happen is it would let me go all the way through the camera editing process and setting them up where I wanted them and stuff. But then it would, as soon as I went to save it and leave, as soon as I went to leave, it would crash the thing. So the only way, in a bunch of this last video and the video before that that I pulled out, I had to pull them out by setting up all the cameras and then going back to the beginning of it and then hitting R3 to remove all the visual effects and shit on the screen, and then play through the whole thing and wait till it was finished, and then use the share button on the PlayStation to capture that image that I just watched back on the other. And that was like I had to go through scene by scene and do that. Some of them, it got really crazy, it got really tight, and I couldn't even make it to the end of the clip before it would crash. It would like crash at a point before the stop of the clip. It would way before I ever got to the save process. It would bump me there just watching it. And so some scenes I had to pull out. Sometimes I had to like, this last one, just because I already haven't done this once before, got stuck dealing with a bunch of them instead. I just took like the two best shots out of the thing, and I stretched all the time and moved the camera around a bunch to make it, give it time to process and generate, you know what I'm saying? But still enough that I got everything that I needed to in a shot and everything encompassed into it. I wish I could have done better. I did have different plans for it, but um, shit, I'm thinking I might have to just start acting like a fucking cameraman and flying buzzards to these goddamn things, dude, because I can never seem to get where I want to be when the ride's actually going on. Like, I love the ride. I think it's fun as shit. I wish I didn't. I wish I could come to it as a participant rather than the director of the thing, because then maybe I'd get to enjoy it a little bit. When they're actually going on, dude, I'm stressed as fuck. I'm like, all I'm concerned with at that moment is that everybody has a good time. And everybody like hooks up and does some shit that you don't normally do. Nobody, like, no event or thing is like structured where they just take you to go see a fucking Easter egg, or take you all to one big ass joint and, make a video out of all of our different bikes and cars and outfits and themes. And I got a couple of shows lined up, and that's another thing I got a lot of time for, is to come up with new car show concepts, and I'm definitely gonna start limiting those things, just to give myself medium breaks and do them like every 2 weeks or better. Um, Really, I should have done one this week. I think I was supposed to. This wasn't it? Or did I do one last week? I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to go back on it. But I've also got to start managing all of my online shit better, because like that's another reason that I want to change the names of everything. Instead of just making it my name, just call it Ads Collective, and title that on everything from the show to, a couple of years ago I started a Facebook group that is well over 1,000 people now. If I get those same 1,000 people to like and sub my channel, um, based on the same thing, because I recently created a Facebook page. I already had a Facebook group, and then I've got my personal profile and such, but the the page is just my name. It's just my online name. It's just Adumusk as a fictional character. And then my group was originally named PSAA, which for PlayStation Addicts Anonymous. That was its second name though. Its original name was PlayStation is Down. If you guys remember, like way back, like 2013, 2012, 2011, somewhere in there. I don't remember exactly when, but that month and a half period where PlayStation went down, when it was still just PS3, when that shit went down, like all of my friends got scattered. Like I played with a bunch of people, I hung out with a bunch of people, and I was like, well, fuck, man, I ain't heard from nobody in forever. It's been like a week, 2 weeks, you go a while without hearing from your friends, you start reaching out, right? So I grabbed up all the people that I could find that I knew already from Facebook and I knew each other, and I was like, well, I'll make us one little group, we'll start a little chat, and it'll start there, and then it just grew and grew and grew until it was well over 1,000 people. Now, of course, I think it was only around 500 or so before PlayStation came back up. And once PlayStation came back up, I was like, oh, well, I can't continue to call the group, PlayStation is down because it ain't down no more. So I was like, somebody made a joke or something about us being addicted to it. And I was like, hey, that's actually pretty good. PlayStation Addicts Anonymous. Boom. That's the name. So, but now it's been a couple of years since I've actually done anything with it. There's still a gaming community there. There's still people there. There's still people that like check it out and stuff. I've just I left it to people, and it was watched and it was monitored and everything. But I haven't actively done anything with it in forever. But it is still a thing in a place that exists. So I might as well utilize the thing. If I've already built the page in the group, there's no reason I shouldn't just go ahead and use it uh, to my advantage as well, and make it a source for people to leave. I think it's a way to connect with me better than what I think the group is better than the page, in the fact that you can start group conversations all with one another, with me, with whoever from the group, or leave comments, suggestions, your own videos, your own channels. I'm looking to do some collaborative stuff with some other people, but we gotta work out the kinks on this stuff. I want to make sure everybody gets what they want out of it and they're satisfied with it, and it's something that we all, I'd want to get behind and help make. I think I got a speaker going out. And I keep forgetting to put these banners up. All right. Oh, look at that. Connection lost. Ain't that some more shit? Oh, man. Got 3 of them. Oh, I need that one. So, I'm still working, like I said earlier, a little bit on my business side of it, or making it like a company. And I'm I'm thinking like a mission statement, what my goal is, what I'm trying to do with this. So I thought there's a lot of factors about online gaming that people don't think about sometimes, and there are psychological profiles for different types of gamers. I think when last I read, there was like 8 of them, and each of them have their own key things. And I notice, I don't know, maybe it's just my natural curiosity for psychology, but I like listening to different people's stories and lives, and imagining how different they are, and kind of watch how they're relating to each other. Just basic people watching, I guess. But I think it's important to know these kinds of things as parents. You can't shelter your kids forever. You can't protect them forever. At some point, they're going to go out into the world. They're going to have to. They're going to need to know how to defend themselves. Your job as a parent is not to protect them from that. Your job in that is to prepare them for it. You make them ready. You do so by giving them their liberties while still watching over their shoulder, without letting them know you're watching over their shoulder. So they still get a sense of independence while not, while you still know, the parent still knows what's going on. You can't, the days pass when you could just hand your kid a game and say, hey, go play. He's going to bust in the other room, go play the Super Nintendo. No, it ain't like that. Games constantly change. They're constantly updating. Content can move around, disappear, say it never happened. Patches and updates and DLCs and all this shit. Each one's got its own thing and what the fuck it means and how it's relevant to the game. The game market is changing right now. There's a lot of basically online gambling going on with some of these drop boxes. That's exactly what the ESRB is in trouble for. As a matter of fact, it's because they're not they wanted a warning system on there that contains in-game gambling. Things like the loot boxes or whatever the fuck they're called. You pay like $5 and you get some random object. It's gambling. And yeah, it's just a lot to keep up with as a parent these days. And so in order to protect them from this, you have to be able to go in it with them. You can't just hand them something and assume that it's going to be a way, not know how it's affecting them. Not only the stuff that the game slips in, but the interactions between other kids and other people, and how you communicate with other people online and how you want the next generation to too. You know what I'm saying? Whether we accept it or not, technology is here. And the only way to live in it is to understand how to use it, what it means, so on and so forth. And be it this is all relatively new, dude. I want to keep my kids' eyes open. I want them to be able to. The most important thing is to be aware of a danger. You know what I mean? Of any kind, whether it's physical, mental, psychological, fucking whatever. The sooner you can see it, the sooner you can solve it. So, you know, kind of watch over them and just shit. I won't let them play. Like I won't even let my kids watch me play GTA. I love GTA, don't get me wrong, but I'm an adult. They're 13 and under, and that's not the kind of stuff they need to. I want them hearing, dude, all that trash talking shit that goes on in GTA. It doesn't bother me none. I'm also not 13 and just figuring out who the fuck I am in the world. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's not a thing that's happening. Um, so, but step by step I'll go through and I'll also spread stuff like gaming news, possibly glitches. I really, really, really don't want to do glitches though, dude. People get way too wrapped up on them glitches. Them glitches start popping up and then next thing you know I'm just getting hounded by thousands of people. How do you get this? How do you get that? I already get that and I'm not even putting out these fucking videos. I know how to do them because I stay in the loop. I pay attention to what's going on. I'll start making certain sections and playlists, and this is a part of my better management for my channel. But after I link together,
you're a good dad, bro. Most dads don't give a shit.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And what I'm going to try to incorporate is like once I change the Facebook group, the page, and the YouTube channel all and start managing them better, I'll start making playlists to the things I use, like the glitches and stuff that I like, the duplication stuff that I use in Terraria, or the any of the money things that I do, or little secrets that I do in GTA outside of what you see me play. Um, like for example the money glitches or the dupe glitches. I'll put links to those in special playlists that are in my channel. The videos aren't actually mine; they're linked to the ones that I use. So that's kind of my contribution to those the people that I follow and the people that are actually useful uh, to be able to access to. Because usually those YouTube things they'll hit about I don't know, something anywhere between like 2-3 days to 2 weeks of what's put on 7 cents to what makes it to YouTube, and like how long the glitches are actually around. They move pretty damn fast. And, let's see here. What do I got? Let's put you over here. And, alright, yep, and you over here. No crime. Over here, let's have, hell is that? It's just a collage of some bullshit. God damn. Let's go. This. And this. Hmm. Damn. I don't have one for the no crying. Or I mean the Heads Collective. Do I have one from that? I don't think that I do. And I don't think that picture's in here anymore either. Not enough to... Okay. Yeah, picture's not even on here anymore. Boop. What I got is a bunch of bullshit. I do like that I can just toss it up from my phone. Just here, this, But, let's see. Yeah, I got nothing in here on that, so never mind. I was just trying to move the Ads Collective to up there instead of, I'll just up the camera down some though. Matter of fact, yep, I need to bring my power cord for the laptop over here in a second. Alright. Word. And let's flip it on back to let's go back. Go. I think it's this one. Indeed it is. As long as that noise stops. I'm good just without that noise. There we go. That'll do, pig. Yep. Okay, so there's ads collected. This is what I'm going to be changing everything to the name of because, excuse me, it's going to be my channel, my wife's channel. So, and then the Facebook group, the Facebook page, and the PSN community. That's where the whole thing founded. It's already grown. The PSN community has only been up for about 2, maybe 3, nah, maybe more than that, maybe about 6 months, I guess. And it's already well over 200 people. Hell, if I can just get those 200 people to come over to the channel, like I could get this thing moving. I could get this thing rolling. Like they say, the first year of YouTube is the hardest, because you go through a lot of experimental changes. You'll figure out what works for you, what makes you hit, what makes you stand out from everybody else's bullshit. Why do I have 2 of those? That's not the right picture. This one needs to be this one. That's better. And what's that over there? That's me and the wifey. You can't make that either. So let's put in my avatar, I suppose. No, what is? What? Yeah, I guess we'll leave that one. Okay. I think that's all I needed. Let's do controller fits. My controller's just chilling here, not doing shit. So, what's that? Breeze, that's not machine. Let's do, there's a balloon. Oh, I can like draw an object. Oh, I can do a picture. Cool, let's do a picture. What we got? I guess some silly kind of meme or something. Yeah. What do I got? Mm-mm. Oh, well, it's a little boring, but no. Here we go. Let's see. Back to here. I think it's this one. Yup, it's that one.
Hi, dude.
What up? Give me just a second. I'll check that comment, bro. I'm making a picture thing for the controller. I'm trying to. It should pop up on this right here in just a second. That should work. Let's see if I hit OK. Is that gonna stick? That's cool. Put it on thing one. It's tethered to it. So how does it pop out? How do I get it to show? Oh, it's just a balloon that hangs. Oh wait, come back. What the hell? Oh. Alright, get out of here. That's pretty nifty. Okay, so this little screen right here actually, if you can, right, I was trying to keep it from popping. That's your reboot screen. Oh, I woke up Granny. If, if you can read, what you do is, if you're, to keep your system, oh, look at that, it does just angle. Let's just sit it here then. If you're, stay there, little bastard. If your system ever acts like it's
What
trying to,
state are you in?
I'm in Tennessee, bro. If your system ever acts like it's going to freeze, or acts laggy, or acts like it's going to do that yellow light thing, or it starts to act slow, about once every 2 weeks, when you turn it on, don't turn it on with the controller. Hit the power button on the Surface, and then after you hear it beep, press it, let it go, press it and hold it again a second time, and hold it down until you hear a second set of beeps. After that second set of beeps, release and wait. A option will pop up on your screen telling you to hook your controller in via USB cord. When you do, you hit X, it'll open up, or I'm sorry, after you hit the PlayStation button, it'll open up to this menu. You'll do the option, I think it's option number 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's option number 5. If you select that option, it is the equivalent of doing a defrag on your PlayStation. It just reorganizes everything and puts it where it goes so that when it's reading through the filing system, it can find it easier. And it helps
I
you
got a Pro.
conserve speed and pace. I do too. And the Pro is about to have a new set of options with their next operating systems coming out. That's way more annoying than I thought it was going to be. Let's put it over there. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to make it face it on there. There you go. Just angle that. Oh, it's not big enough. Let's do another one. Yeah. Let's cut those loose. Do one more. Oh, can't see. Hey, well. Oh, as soon as it loses the light, it breaks it. That's as good as I can get it. Alright, let me pop over to the comment section for this, because now that I'm done with all these little creative blocks and stuff, unless I can make more of these damn balloon things, which I don't know. I'll play with more of that later, though. I like this one because I can take and put up whatever screen I want to, anywhere I want to. Even, and you can barely tell, but it's been cut off. Like, I just grabbed it real quick and drew the shape out of it and shit. Let's see, I can pop over and use the YouTube on my phone after I turn the sound down so I don't create a feedback loop. I can monitor the things. I don't like to monitor them on the screen. You ever seen somebody's channel and they got like that shit wrote down at the bottom and then that big black thing up? And if they got a camera, their face is in that block. Otherwise, it's just their icon and then all that text and shit. I hate playing like that. Like, I can see the convenience of it, but you can also just as easily turn the speech to text on and then eliminate that, and then you still see what you see. You can. I've got a green screen back here that I use when I play, and after I shave up and shit again, and I get to feeling a little bit better than what I am, I'll put it back into use. But until I get to feel better, I ain't in no rush to be on camera like all the time. Like right now, I still got a fucking headache. It's as bright as shit in here. And, fuck, I got half of my brain, but I gotta get this shit done. I gotta get this stuff taken care of, and organized, and so one step at a time, I'm trying to push this thing out. I'm trying to like collaborate things. Okay, things as being like a dad to doing, kind of a podcast as things and stuff that it relates as such. And because I'm not like I don't have a lot of money. I figured all this stuff out. I just tinker with things until, you know, I figure out a way to make something cool out of it. And I just want to like kind of share that, it really doesn't take much to do any of this stuff, just a little bit of creativity and a goal, some kind of objective. So that's what I'm trying to collaborate on, and show a perspective of like a normal guy, just trying to keeps kids safe in the world, while at the same time have a little fun like a normal adult, because this alternative to me is a lot better. I wish so much that when I was a kid, and I love my parents, and I mean no disrespect to any of them, but I really wish they would spend more time at home. It seemed like every parent I had, father, stepmom, stepdad, and so on and so forth, and all the back and forth. But if just one of them would have been, okay with being at home and raising, actually paying attention to their kids, like playing video games keeps me at the house. It keeps me um, aware of what's going on. I'm not running out trying to, get into all kinds of other stuff and impress people that don't fucking matter. I'm right here where I need to be, like every day, every night, and that's really fucking important to me. And I think it'll help and benefit them more. Um, that I do that than what it was. You know what I'm saying? It better prepares them. Um, you get to enjoy the only moments that later you'll realize actually fucking matter. You know what I mean? This is the only time you got. When they're young like this is the only time you got. They all grow up and they go. So enjoy what you can while you can. Moments don't come twice. So, and I'm not good at doing much else, dude. I'm a decent dad. I'll gloat about that, dude. These skateboards and everything, most of this is them. The Guitar Hero guitars, and another thing I'll be incorporating into the channel is since I've been sick, it's also just about time for spring cleaning around here, which my shit is usually pretty clean. But I'll be doing like some walkthroughs and stuff, things that I'll just use my phone to capture, and then I'll stick on the PlayStation itself and use it to edit in with the Share Factory and shit, and show like my whole house and set up. Like I brought up my laptop over here right now, but normally I got a desk over there. There's like all kinds of Deadpool posters and toys and memorabilia and everything that you would normally expect, from a streamer's channel. That I don't know why I've never emphasized it, man. You always see this stuff behind like Boogie 2988s, and you see it behind like who is it, Dead Gaming. Dead Gaming's got like all his little PC stuff around him and stuff, and mine's like totally right, just right there, like nothing but the turn of a camera, or you know. And then my kids' rooms are awesome, man. They got like a ton of Nerf toys and all kinds of stuff. I got a bag full of bullets over there. Like there's down my hallway, we've got a scoreboard, like a dart or I'm sorry, what's it called, target. We got a target on the damn thing. You just flip this little button and cut it on, and you can sit there and shoot it, and it'll tell you what you hit, and you know, play with that. Have a lot of fun with my kids, dude. I'm a big old kid. That big ass tub that's right over there, dude, is a gigantic tub of Legos. And then we've got all the specialty ones on the top. And then, there's the guitars. And then there's all the stuff in front of me that you don't actually see. I'm guessing you can see parts of it because of the mirror. That idea actually isn't working out great. I originally did it so you could see what I was playing with, but it doesn't do very well. I might have to put like a dome mirror or something behind me to get that effect. But that's a huge waste of whatever. I'm not fucking doing that. Let's see, what else did I need? YouTube, Facebook, and what was the other thing I needed to manage? YouTube, Facebook, and shit. I need to make like a management thing for all of these damn things. I need to like start taking out the pictures for when I'm doing what, and pre-made screenshots for shows and all the show names. So I wish fucking YouTube let me play music, dude. A laptop right fucking in front of me, dude. It's nothing to pop through some speakers right here. And yes, I'm good. Okay, let's see. Facebook, give me, yeah, new. What? Give me. Boom. Okay. So first in this line of notes, change everything to ads collective. And that's another thing I want to add in. Like these segments that I'm doing like this right now, I'm gonna start piecing them together a little bit live and a little bit like edited, you know. So like right now, I'm glad I said that. I can whoops, I broke the balloon. Oh well. I can save this video clip right now because I'm putting out at a lower resolution right now. Since I'm putting out at a lower resolution, I can take in-game captures too. Picture back up. Yeah, you just dangle there, buddy. Did I break it? It doesn't break it, does it? No. As long as that light doesn't go away, it stays locked to it. Shit, then for that matter, I could do a bunch of those damn balloons. Alright. No, not updating the cover photo. Okay, let's see. Alright, first things first, I need to make some bookmarks for. Yeah, that was inevitable, wasn't it? I knew I was gonna do that. Okay, yeah. I need to make a set of bookmarks called page management that take me directly to every section I need to go to from a touch of a button. Like, so when I open up my shortcuts on my laptop, like boom, it takes me to every page I need immediately, and then I just check page, and I'm done. I can clear them. So, first things first, let's go to my page. Start here, and then here's the addicts. I'm about to change. Here's Adumusk, which I'm about to change. Okay, what's this third one? I need to have this third one. Let me have my notes too. I'm probably only going to continue doing this playroom thing for maybe, I don't know, another 15-20 minutes. Dude, I'm gonna open up a party in PlayStation, dude. If anybody wants to bullshit or chat with me while I'm cutting up on this, man, they feel free. I'm just excuse me. Shit. Oh, damn. I should have done that better. Hold up. Let me set that differently. Didn't let me name that or nothing. Pretty sure I just named that the same thing. Yeah, I did. Okay. Ah, wrong button. Good enough, good enough. Alright, on the fresh page, a list of to-dos. And I still forgot to come here to check them comments, didn't I? Sorry about that, brother. I never even did look and see who it was commented a few minutes ago. That's what I was on my way to do. I'll chat. Not top chat. I'll chat. Little shit, come back here. Why the shit is it doing that? Live chat. thank you, Bobby Knob, for, I just now spotted who was doing that. Sorry, bro. Took me a minute to get to all that mess. I don't much watch myself and check the feed and stuff like that. I'm trying to get better set up, man, and get myself organized so that, like, each day I can do a little planning like this so I can advertise, talk about what my intentions are in the next coming shows for everything. Each Friday, I'm thinking do like a recap of the week, everything that happened, everything passed through in and out of GTA. You know, I might say that glitches and stuff are working, and see, I have problems sticking links in my description because everything I do comes from the PlayStation. And PlayStation really only lets you equip that one message. Otherwise, you got to type that whole code out. It's not like doing it on PC where you can just copy and paste the thing. I'd have to fully write out the whole goddamn code. And that's such a pain in the dick. I fucking really get that wrong. And my subscribers go somewhere else, so I don't want to do that. So, trying to figure out a way to make a mass message, chains all that shit together, or see if I can find some document place on YouTube here, some place that I can just stick those sections in lock boxes or comments or something. The group, the page. See, you can't check on communities. I'm trying to find a way to put the PSN community that's there with like a link to the pages in the group and the YouTube channel. There's a Twitch too, but Twitch is really just an intermediary, dude. I've almost never got less than 15 words to say. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay, so first things first, rename all. Let's see, this is all kind of in my way. I don't need this book right now. This one I don't need. Just give me this. Okay. It's just a lot damn easier. No. It's getting dull enough in here. I don't think I need these motherfuckers no more. Yeah, because they're causing double vision on all these damn screens, man. So, rename. Huh, you know what? What wouldn't be a bad idea for this is put a projector on this wall. If this TV faces this way, and have two TVs opposite of one another, using this one as a projector that I could also use as a secondary green screen, or to put up. I mean, if it shows what's in that mirror, it should definitely show projected light, which I just raise it up a little, put like this half of the couch and up in it, leave the same amount of banners and stuff if I want, or however I want, and project whatever other image, secondary image I want back up on this one. I was already going to turn my shit into a tri-screen using two other 42-inch TVs. This one's a 52, but I got two other 42s. Actually, I got three other 42s, but two of them I was planning on interchanging out and eventually bringing the ones that were in there in here. Anyway, I think that'd be kind of cool for the channel setup. To rework control shortcuts. List out shows.
Sofa King retarded.
Right? Everybody kinda is, big dog. Everybody kinda is. Still shows in schedule on a bi-weekly basis. Trying to get everything reworked and remanaged, man. Trying to, while I'm at it, it's not a channel thing, but I need to, oh, I got the laptop, dude. I need to rework how, all my shortcuts and shit for managing some other media places. Because that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm putting them all into one set of shortcuts in one little tab that I can click on it. That'll open everything I need, whether it be editing, uh, posting. Yeah, that's how it's separated too. Editing, posting, and account management. Yeah. I've got to set up Alicia's channel. Okay, tie second channel in. That's going to be a little more work because I'm going to have to make like cover pages. I'm going to have to make hers is actually, I think that's what I'll call hers. I'll still leave mine just Adumusk for the name that it is because that's my real name. That's my stuff. That's my connection bullshit. You know, that's who I am. Um, Damn, I was wrong. I am getting a fucking headache. Mm. So yeah, I got to do all of her channel work and tie in the PayPal and everything for the donations and and the second channel will start opening up bigger events, like when doing car shows and shit like that. Not only just from my perspective, but you'll also see it from her perspective. And sometimes she'll be in and out of party chat. Sometimes she'll be. I've just got to get her. Got to go over a few times, like how to set things up and what means what and stuff with her. She's seen me do it 1,000 times, but having never operated herself, she just wants to make sure she's familiar with all the controls before she gets into a regular habit. And I'm sure, only based on the premise that she's a female, is gonna she'll probably wind up with more viewers and sponsors and everything else out of me than I will. Um, but that's another reason that I wanted to incorporate everything like through the house with my phone and start editing footage later. Is because our whole house is this way. You know, from here all the way to the bedroom, the kids have their own game systems, their own bedrooms, their own toys, and you know, so like a lot of times we got 4 kids. So, you know, we only have a little 3-bedroom place with nice sized living room, dining room area. But to keep them from all feeling cramped, everybody has their own game stuff. They've got tablets, they've got Vitas, PS4s, PS3s. Uh, Jesus, there's still like PSP systems and stuff sitting over there. There's an old PS2 and Nintendo. Like there's just tons of game systems in this house. The only thing I really restrict on them, be it that they're all under 13, is like there's no access to my laptop. I monitor all the stuff on each of their accounts on the tablets, and um, the rule is for all of the games that they play, if they're online, it has to be where I can hear the conversation, where they're not there, like it's just not in their head. Like my son that uses PS4 when he's in parties and stuff, he's got a set of Turtle Beaches. The rule is he can only be in parties that I can get into. He's never allowed to be in a party with people that is locked or that I do not have an invite to. You know, because at any point in time, I want to check on who my kid's hanging out with. I want to make sure he's not hanging around kids that are bad influence or whatever. Now, it's okay as a father to pop in and go, hey, what's going on over here? We all playing. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's the equivalent of walking through the hallway and seeing them and be like, hey, you stop, you say hi, you see what they're into, you make sure they're being behaved, you make sure, you check on them. Let them do their thing, but you still check on them. You let them know you're there, you love them, you support them, you answer any questions that they might fucking have. Make sure that they're not being shitty little human beings. That's also your responsibility. Make sure you don't raise a fucking troll, some spoiled little fucking asshole. The world's full of enough of those motherfuckers, man. Let's not make no more. And like I said, I know it's a little complicated because I'm a father, but yet I'll talk a lot of crazy shit. Like, I might talk a little crazy shit, but my kids are prepared for reality. They're not going to get startled by somebody saying something fucked up or loud or, they're tough. So, even the ones on the Vita are actually harder right now because that's like my 9-year-old and my 8-year-old. And it is really hard to tell them that when they're having a conversation with somebody not to yell at them. Like, stop yelling. I know talking louder isn't going to get you heard. Like, stop screaming at people. Let's see here. I never blew that back up, did I? Good. Just I was trying to think the other way. I was trying to reach around it. Ah, well. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Let's see. Okay, so for show concepts, let's go ahead and list that out. Okay, so right now, this thing is called ads beta. I'm going to call it the playroom thing. Playroom. And right now, it was called the morning beta. So let's go through all the names. I'll make sure I list out like a bio for the different thing. Okay, so it was the morning beta. And now it's ads beta. Okay, and then I'm going to change it. And I think from here on out, since I'm changing everything to ads collective, I'm going to make it a part of the show that when I do these playroom live things or when I edit the other things for the end of the week recap, I'm going to call them ads perspective. So new name will be ads perspective. I'm going to start putting these things in playlists better to log out which one goes where, like the Terraria stuff with the Terraria stuff. Because right now in my Terraria map, everything that, okay, get rid of that damn thing. Cool. Everything I've done on this Terraria map has all been televised or streamed. So everything from the beginning of the map when it was nothing, when there was nothing there, everything was unexplored, it was just a little brick. From that moment onward, I have explored and created everything Wall stream. The only thing I have not done is like brought items back and forth. Because sometimes there's a lot of that if there's something that I need or I'm moving objects to set up an all items room. And anytime I'm doing that, it's just a lot of back and forth. It's harder to do when I'm streaming. So since it's nothing but literally running from one chest to the other, filling it up, and then running it over, and then coming back empty and back and forth. It's just a lot of bullshit. It's boring as fuck. So I hate doing it. I'm not gonna make anybody sit and suffer through that while I try to think of some shit to say while I fucking do it. So I just do it, knock it out, and then I come back and use all the stuff that I thought of while I was there. So the new name will be, let's see, next this. And the new name will be Adds Perspective. And in this ads perspective, I'm gonna find more things to talk about to explain myself, what I'm doing with the rest of the channel, and it'll be like a new show of what everything else's direction is trying to do and what I'm trying to show. It'll go into more of, like about me and my history and my, how long I've been gaming and what makes me want to do this and why I think it's so important. And there's lots of different reasons why I like video games and why I think it's a great outlet for people. It's healthy, it's responsible, it's it doesn't have to consume as much money as what a lot of people will put to it. There are cases of people going too far, getting too lost in their um, escapisms, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Just dove too deep into the rabbit hole. And those are all things you got to watch out for. That's another thing, to make parents aware of what's really out there in the community, what a troll is, what a squeaker is, what a tryhard is, what a, you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of definitions and different psychological types that you want to watch out for. There's some creepy motherfuckers out there, man. There's some good people too. There's a lot fewer good people than there are creepy fucks, man. There's a lot of creepy fucks out there. So, as a parent, just gotta be able to look over them, know how to spot them fuckers and keep them away from the kids. So from now on, it'll be ads perspective. Okay, and then the second show. This will be the first show first. And we'll do these 5, and then say like 2 to 3 times a week. I'll do ads perspective. Then I'll do another one like once a week, say Friday morning maybe. Thursday, yeah, nah, I release it Friday morning. If I work on it Thursday, if I give myself Thursday and Friday, then I got Thursday to work on it, Friday to put it out. In which I'll use it from other shows from Monday to Wednesday. Okay, because that gives me Tuesday, the day before, the day after. Thursday is usually patch day for GTA. Tuesday is the day new cars and stuff come out. Speaking of which, in GTA, there is a something I heard about. What was it? Oh, DLC. There's very possibly a DLC because of the stimulus pack that they released and the fact that they just gave away the last car from the last facility update. It's very like in the air that something's coming within the next 2 weeks. Okay, second show will be to recap. I'm gonna try to make everything add something because I like the whole. I'll even explain later in the bio and the about me, like why my name is the way it is. Like I'll list out a whole bunch of questions for myself. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna write down all the answers and then I'm gonna edit them into a thing. And I'll start making a series out of that stuff too. That'll be like the bi-weekly news. I'll just probably stick them in the ads. Uh, Damn, what was I gonna call it? Recap. Yeah, an ads recap and make it make more sense. Ads recap. Oh no, ads directive. But like that, what I'm trying to do. And a recap of the things that I've done. Ads directive. I like that. I'm also going to start linking more, and I need to make a side note of that. Where do I make a side note of that? Oh, manage playlists. Yeah, just manage playlists. Excuse me. I'm gonna write out a set of instructions for myself on a daily basis too. Just start making that motherfucker like a worksheet. You know what I'm saying? Like come in every morning, I start bam, 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 bam. I do all these things in order on time. Got objectives for each one. Even if I don't cross them, I get closer every time so that you consistently see the evolution of what I'm doing. I'll be working on my second character in GTA here soon too because I originally created it to store cards in. When I that's how I get my money. I do card dupes and shit. And I don't ever like spread those around or whatever because they're totally things that are going to change. Some are hit and miss. They don't always work, and it's fucking risky. So there are other people who are dedicated to doing channels like that. I don't want my channel to be about that, nor do I want to have to deal with all the copyright strike bullshit that comes along with it. I'd rather just not even fuck with any of that. I would rather use the stuff that they let us use to create original content you've never seen in a way you've never seen it in a world of, a lot of variety. Um, but I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Um, oh, I know. I want to start adding in and managing the things that I watch easier and make it to where they, you know, you know what I'm watching, like the glitch playlists, the comedy playlists about GTA, because everything is pretty much going to be either video game related or um, PlayStation related or GTA related or to whatever I'm playing or whatever genre of thing. And I'm working out. That's what I'm working out now. The show names. And once I got the names and a description for each, then I can put them to a schedule. Then I can work each one on a particular day by a certain schedule, and each one will grow, you know. And it's kind of at this point, it's like a contest. Whichever show I do, and it produces the most, and how I do each one, you know. So I'm learning as I go with this too. So I'm taking notes. I'm seeing what works. I'm seeing what doesn't. I'm experimenting with things. I'm trying to develop, I guess, as a creator. This is, like I said, I'm still in year one, and there's, I'm still working on my monetization stuff. I'm really trying to kick this thing up, and I'm hoping by incorporating my wife and like showing how to teach your kids to play and stuff like that, things that are not appropriate, things that, dangers that parents like for real need to watch out for, man. Because if you don't know it, your kids are innocent, man. They'll tell people where you live. They'll go steal your fucking credit card and like read off the fucking numbers and shit. They'll tell people where you live. I've seen kids like tell people the serial number that's on the back of their PlayStation. You may not know this, but if somebody gets your account name and password and has that serial number, you can never ever ever get it back. It's the serial number that the account was originally created on always counts as the first one. And all you have to do is call Sony and they'll give you all that info back. You could change it. Like if somebody got a hold of that, you could change it all. You could change your email, your password, your everything. All they got to do is make a phone call, give them the original stuff with that serial number. They change it all back. They give it all back to them. So that's another reason why buying modded accounts from like GTA people and stuff like that. That's why it's a little risky, dude. Because at any point in time, whatever system they originally created that on, they can take it away from you. They can totally snatch it back. They've totally got power over you in that aspect. Okay, pencil go. There's one set of shows. Okay, the second one will be the VR. I don't know what I'm gonna name that. I'll figure it out though. What time is it? It's about 2:30. VR and we're playing helpin and a little shooting in um and what's the name of that game? What's the name of that game? It is Rush of Blood, isn't it? What is it? Yep, Rush of Blood. And we'll call it shit. I almost want to call it Adds Perspective because it's in VR and it makes more sense. I need to do things like figure out opening titles to these things too. So like when I come in and I first start doing them, I've already like for the videos and stuff, for the music videos and stuff that I put out, I've already made my own intro there. Instead of taking one of those title things that just manipulates the words and shit, I actually created my own fully using the PlayStation editor, clips that I had before, pictures of my avatar and things that happened, the winning screen, all of those things were like it took me some time, even a little bit of music. It's like 3 or 4 songs of parts that I liked from videos that I had done originally that I like. Those fit really well right there, back to back to back to back. I like those beats and shit to each of those songs too. So made my opening unique and original and personal and all of that good stuff. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do for this one yet, so just gonna leave it as is. Just leave a little space for notes for it. Okay, and then next would be Tekken. Let's see, Tekken and Terraria. See, these are the two things that really needed the most emphasis. The VR stuff, because of the interaction with other people and stuff, and the fact that that's a lot of time. Can I pop that with a pointing object? No, can't pop it with a pencil. Huh. Um, Between the interaction with people and the playroom, which is interaction with other people, with both edited and unedited sections that I'd be adding to. Like again, like I've been capturing in game this whole time too, and then later what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it back to the share factory and I'm gonna have it all and just like pile into all of the shit that I had set up here. Only downside is gonna be the clothes that I'm wearing, and I don't know. I just want to play with it a little bit, backwards and forwards in slow motion, and whatever. At some point I'm gonna start incorporating a lot of the stuff that I've got that I don't actually use that much, and my kids don't play with that much anymore either. But I got like a whole shit ton of masks that are up in their wall that I'm getting ready to bring in here and line up my wall with, since they don't use them for nothing anymore. They've got like a whole collection of Nerf swords and Nerf guns, and dude, we used to have Nerf battles in here. I could do all kinds of silly stuff with them and the kids, and they love seeing themselves on camera, man. I love letting them play, but at the same time, I'm still skeptical. I love my kids, and I'm not sure. I want to make sure I don't do nothing to endanger them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out what I'm comfortable with and what I'm not comfortable with. Let's see. Second Terraria, Playroom VR, GTA today. GTA today, and then bi-weekly car shows. What else? What else? Feels like there was something else. What else was I playing progressively through? Oh, I remember what else. Stuff with the kids. Stuff with my son and my wife. Fan play. Start setting aside special time. This will also allow me to set aside a special time for my son and stuff. To like we can get in together and he can, you know, learn how to do things creatively, and we can cut up, and he's so much better than me in a lot of this stuff now. And he can get stuff done so quick between uh like Minecraft and not so much Terraria or anything else, but there's a bunch of games that we can't play together, and he has been begging me to play Terraria with me, so I may let him. I may let him, but I'm definitely going to have to set some ground rules because a lot of that stuff can be messed up if he's not careful. And then, I don't have Fortnite, bro. I don't play Fortnite. That's not my dig.
Ads
MC.
beta.
Yeah, yeah, Kev Bag. I'm experimenting with what I'm gonna call my show, like and how I'm listening to that. I'm actually going through right now and figuring out my whole channel, my whole concept, my whole
What does that
mission
mean?
statement. It's well, my player name is Adumusk. So, and I recently made a community called Ads Collective. It's just originally it was just a collection of my friends, but it's growing, it's getting bigger. There's a lot of people in it, so I thought, well, let's do something with it and let's move it over to different things. And most people can't say my name properly, so everybody just calls me Ad.
Cool.
And
Cheers
it's
from Toronto, Canada.
oh awesome, man, thanks. Oh, that was cool. How'd you do that? That was awesome. That little star thing. But I'm working out how like what I'm gonna call the channel because I play a bunch of different stuff, man. I play GTA, I play the VR for Rec Room and Rush of Blood. I want to do some more channels like this, but I want to make them about something. I don't want to just be some dude sitting here rambling in my fucking living room, you know. So I thought,
Cheers, bro.
thank you. So I thought the only thing that I can do is offer my perspective on things. And what am I first and foremost? I'm a father. I'm a person. I'm an average Joe, you know what I mean? I don't have a lot of money to throw at these things, and everything that I do and use it's just what I got with the PlayStation. Nothing ever comes off the PlayStation and goes somewhere else, you know, through any kind of other editor or any shit. It goes straight from here to that. The camera I'm using right now, PlayStation camera. The all the screen captures and in-game stuff I do, the little green screen, all that shit, that's the PlayStation camera, and just a green screen back here. Like, that's everything. Nothing's coming off of it. I have no modded nothings or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to find a way to bring what I do naturally to an audience for a purpose. Um, and trying to incorporate that into everything that I do, list it out into a schedule so that I can kind of better plan this stuff. I've been at it for maybe 4 months now, and I've experimented and dabbled, kind of dipped my toe in a bunch of different things. Some of them I like, some of them don't, some of them I'm good at, some of them I might not be, but I'm slowly gearing towards like the things that work and the things that don't work, and I'm kind of changing my way through. Um, I'd love to do like a talk show section at one point. You know what I'm saying? It's just me and some friends bullshitting about a particular topic or nothing. You know, that's kind of partly what the GTA today turns out to be. You know, it's just me hanging out with my buddies in the evenings. It's usually after my kids go to bed. Usually somewhere after 8, I'll play with my buddies and cut up in GTA. But I'm also doing other things like in Terraria. I'm slowly building a brand new master world from the latest update that I'm starting all over. I did bring in the other items and stuff that I needed from the update before, but I have none of the new items from the newest update. I'm waiting to do that until I get myself properly set up. So little by little, I've been building that world and moving forward. And the Rec Room for the VR, I really like how that game is developing as a social experiment. I really like the directive the whole thing is going, and it can be fun. It gave me a bit of a headache yesterday after playing for like an hour, hour and a half, and but I like the direction it's going. How it's got the open chat. To me, it feels like, and it's kind of weird to say, but if you've ever played like Second Life or PlayStation Home and got in there on one of those things when it first started, you know how something is when it first starts is like it slowly develops into this big wonderful thing. But if you come into it when it's already that big wonderful thing, then it is extremely overwhelming. It's like GTA right now. It's like if you just started playing GTA right now, you were probably overwhelmed as all hell. But if you came into GTA a couple of years ago when it came out, it started simple. It just grew into these things that were super complicated as fuck. And I had somebody say something to me about a year or so ago, and I asked him, I was like, "You play GTA?" And he's like, "No, I don't play MMOs." And I was like, I wanted to get offended until I realized he was right. I was like, oh, shit, it's totally a fucking MMO. You can't play these things by yourself. You can't do this without friends. You know, you have to have four to do these things. This is totally a co-op thing. And if you're out in the public lobbies and you're actually active in the fighting grounds. You know what I'm saying? You're not one of these people that hides in the crew lobbies or hides in the friend only lobbies or player only. You know what I'm saying? In there by yourself. If you go out in public and hang in public, dude, you gotta have balls, man. You gotta be willing to fight. You gotta stand your ground. You gotta decide what kind of player you want to be. You know, and you also have to be tactical. You have to decide when and where and what is a good time to do what, you know, because people can wreck your money if you're selling something, if you're stealing something. Other players can come mess you up and ruin that opportunity for you, causing you to either A, lose money or B, lose some kind of product or advancement that you would have normally had. You know, wreck your KD, or it's kind of jacked up. People get extremely competitive at that, and it's a really broad game. So I really like the openness to that game. Let's see, so what have I got? Let's see, Minecraft, Terraria. I'm trying to think of the games that I can play with my kids, because my kids don't play, they play GTA. Terraria, and what is it, 7 days? My son likes 7 days. And what else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, he likes Trove. And Warframe. I forgot about Warframe. What else? What else do I have that they can play with me with? Oh, I've got Rocksmith. Not Guitar Hero, but Rocksmith. That's the one that used the actual guitar. And I I thought about doing some segments with that, but I'm not sure the legalities for the music on that one. So I'm not sure if that'll wind up being worth my time or not, because if it winds up I can't use it, then there's another game we can play together. There's Metal Gear. Just PS files, dude. What else? There was another one. I just saw it. Let's see. 7 days. He doesn't have art. He doesn't have. He's got. He had Little Big Planet. I don't know that he still does. He had it though. Yeah, that's about all the stuff I think we can play together. Okay. Well, I suppose I can do family stuff in the Playroom VR and stream it. Yeah, that's a good family event. Playroom VR. There's a good family event right there. Let's see. I think that's it. Oops. Okay. That's given me around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows. 7 shows on a regular basis. 2 live ones. Or 1 live one recap of the week one, 2 of them every day. These 2 I play every day. ED. I play a little these every day, so I need to figure out how to break those other 1, 2, 3, 4 shows into 7 days. I'm totally gonna work this out, dude. I'm totally gonna, cause like I have to create a routine out of all this. I have to simplify it as much as possible and make a routine of it, uh, so that it becomes regular. You know, people know when I've already put out what, people know expected what's coming, and so on and so forth. This creates stability within it. After I create a little more stability here, I will be able to statistically watch my channels and my feeds, my likes versus dislikes, comments versus no comments. And please, by all means, if anybody has any suggestion of anything I could possibly do that you think that you haven't seen before, or nobody's done, or nobody's instructed you on, or like like a mix of a gaming show mixed with a podcast, man. Just some people bullshitting and ranting about whatever topic or something, anything, whatever kind of concept you got, man. I'm or collaborative work. If you want to do some collaborative work, by all means, just send me a pitch. I'd love to see what I can contribute to it to make something you do better. I would love to help out and kind of document that process as we go. You know what I'm saying? We can learn together, dude. I don't give a shit. So I think for now I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna finish out doing what I gotta do on the laptop and the schedule here. Now that I've got everything all listed out, I can take the same stuff and figure out exactly where it goes in placement of the schedule. And once I get that worked out, then I can work myself out a set of instructions for each one on each day, so that each has like an opening, a closing, uh, like 3 points in each one. I'll do it like a damn essay. I'll make like 3 points in each one, and how all three relate together, or some shit, And that I still want to play a little bit of Terraria today too before my day gets away from me, and I'll be playing some more GTA later tonight. I'll be checking in on friends here in just a little bit, seeing up who's playing and who's doing what, and I'll be doing more in the GTA Today stuff. Soon um, I'll be leveling my second character up, because if I'm going to be using her anyway, then I might as well get her up to snuff. That way I don't get caught in the midst of using her, and like right now her roll is really slow, her aiming's not that good, her strength is really low, so like I've got to boost all that stuff up and get that thing rolling. So I'll be going over like some stuff for new characters and stuff that like anybody setting up a new avatar would need to know or figure out or whatever. So, but until then, yeah, don't forget about that yellow light of death thing I told you about, man. This is to prevent the yellow light of death. Double tap the power button, turn the power button on, hold it a second time, go to that fifth option. That will keep your shit from getting the yellow light of death. So, thanks for watching. Until you see me again, if you are in GTA, you gotta keep the guns up.